Chapter 18. Water and its movement. Water covers about 71% of the Earth's surface. This is the reason that it appears blue from the space. Water is found in oceans, seas, bays, gulfs, lakes, rivers, ponds, etc. These water bodies are together called hydrosphere. Most of the water present on the Earth, about 97%, is present in the seas and oceans. In this chapter, you will study about water cycle and important features of the ocean water. Distribution of water bodies. The northern hemisphere has more land than water, while the southern hemisphere is almost a water hemisphere. Oceans are very large water bodies. There are 4 major oceans: Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, and Arctic. There is another large water body around Antarctica. It is called the Southern Ocean or the Antarctic Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest water body. Temperature of ocean water. The water of ocean is heated by the sun. The temperature of the surface water in the oceans is not the same everywhere. In general, water is warmer near the equator. The temperature decreases towards the polar region. The average temperature near the equator is about 26 degrees Celsius. The highest temperatures are recorded in enclosed tropical seas. The temperature also decreases with depth. Salinity of ocean water. The presence of dissolved salt in the ocean water makes its water saline. Most of it is sodium chloride or common salt. These salts and minerals get added to the seas and oceans by the rivers which flow into them. The rivers, through their journey from mountains to plains, erode the surface of the rocks over which they flow. Thus, they carry the eroded salts and minerals of the rocks with them and ultimately deposit them into the seas and oceans which they join. Circulation of ocean water. Ocean water is always in motion. It moves horizontally as well as vertically. The movement of ocean water takes place in 3 different ways: waves, tides, and ocean currents. Winds provide the main force for the horizontal movement of ocean water. This movement is basically due to 1. Prevailing winds, 2. Differences in temperature and salinity of ocean water, 3. Variation in the density of ocean water. Waves. Waves are produced by the pushing action of winds. The shape and size of the wave depend on the speed of the prevailing winds. In the waves, the surface water rises and falls. The actual forward motion of the water particles in a wave is limited. Therefore, waves travel great distances, but the water particles remain at the same place. The rise and fall of water in a wave represent crests and troughs respectively. The horizontal distance from one crest to another or from one trough to another is called a wavelength. The vertical distance from crest to trough is called wave height. Tides. The sea water generally rises and falls twice every day, almost at regular intervals. These phenomena of the alternate rise and fall in the level of sea water are called tides. Tides are mostly experienced in oceans and seas. Types of tides. Tides are of two types, high tide and low tide. The rise in water level is called high tide, while the fall in water level is called low tide. Spring tide and neap tide. The highest high tide and the lowest low tide during the lunar month is called the spring tide. This happens on the new moon and the full moon, when the earth, moon and sun are practically in a straight line. The gravitational pull of the moon and the sun are combined to produce tides which are higher than usual. The lowest high tide and low tide during the lunar month is called the neap tide. It happens during the first and last quarters of the moon, when the sun and moon are at right angles to each other in relation to the earth. The gravitational pull of the sun and the moon neutralize each other. At these times, the tides are weaker. Ocean current. Ocean currents are like streams of water flowing on the ocean surface. The water of the ocean current flows on a fixed route at a fixed speed. Ocean currents develop due to the 1. Variation in the temperature of ocean water. 2. Variation in the density of ocean water. 3. Direction of the prevailing wind. 4. Rotation of the earth. 5. Shape and position of the coast. The direction and movement of ocean current is mainly controlled by the direction of the prevailing wind.